We are back and really excited to talk to yet another outstanding football player. Off to a good start and much bigger things ahead for Brady Cook, the Missouri quarterback, as they get ready for Buffalo. And Brady, thank you very, very much. It's good to see you again. Congratulations. I know it's early in the season, but how's everything going?
It's going good. Thanks for having me on again. Getting ready for week 2 versus Buffalo, like you said. It's going to be a fun week.
We were worried about you. What's going on with Coach? I mean, keeping you out there a little bit longer than he needed to, huh?
Yeah, walkthrough went a little bit over today. You know, we had a little bit of extra stuff, an extra walkthrough at the end, some situational ball. So, yeah, he kept us about 30 minutes late, which is good. That's good.
Well, when we see him next, we'll chastise him. Everybody has a schedule, and if Coach Drink can't figure that out, he's going to get a demerit. Seriously, Brady, first week, big opener on a Thursday night. I know the teams will get better known, I should say, as the season rolls on. But what are these games like, and what are you trying to accomplish? Last week you did, and obviously with Buffalo.
Yeah, I think last week, offensively, we missed on some routes that we usually hit, just feeling the timing of that in-game speed. We missed on some fundamental routes, a couple deep balls. But overall, we put up points, we scored, we took care of the ball, and we started to get into a rhythm. And I think we're building on that this week. I think a lot of the same stuff is going to show up in this game. We need to focus on us, execute our plan, our plays, do what we do, and really get this offense rolling.
I believe that's the second year in a row you had that Thursday night game. What is that like when you get that game out of the way, a big showing, and you got the weekend? I have a feeling you and your teammates did a little bit of scouting around the SEC. Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah. I love the Thursday opener. You play the game, and then Friday you have some quick meetings, go over, review, and then you're off for the weekend. So you have the whole Saturday, which is the first Saturday of college football, to watch all the games. See all the different teams, see the energy from the different SEC teams, do a little scouting for later in the year. But no, it's cool. I enjoy it. And then obviously, we get ahead on, our next week of prep. We come back Sunday and, we're out there in pads, we're really practicing. So I think there's two sides to it, and it's definitely been good for us.
So I'm sure after your pro career, you'll end up being a great football analyst. I'm gonna put you to the test here. A lot of games to consume. Take us through your menu and what stood out to you.
I think the first game I'd probably talk about is Miami, Florida. That's the one that really piqued my interest early on. I wanted to see how these teams came out. Miami's had a lot of talk in the offseason. They have a great quarterback. A lot of people are excited about Cam. I thought he played an unbelievable game, showed his arm strength. Just the way he plays is so calm. Outside of the pocket, in the pocket when he scrambles. So I definitely picked up some things from him. Obviously Graham, he's a great guy. I spent some time with him down at Manning, so I wanted to see him come out. And I think that game surprised me a little bit. It really did. And then obviously watched Texas A&M, Notre Dame that night. That was a battle. I think one thing I noticed is, Texas A&M's third down pressure packages and coverages looked really, really good. That's something me and Leonard talked about on Sunday after the game. He was giving me a couple tips on, what to expect week 6 for us. But no, some great games. Learned a lot. Watched a lot of ball. It was fun.
Okay, I used to be a reporter before I started doing all this silly stuff. Leonard, we all know his backstory. So take us. I'm not asking you for everything, but what was that conversation like? I mean, that had to be huge for him too.
No, yeah, it was good. I met Riley 2 years ago at the Manning Academy, and then obviously we were there again this past summer, so we've had communication since then. And after the game, I texted him Sunday. I was like, hey, hope you came out of there healthy. I know your hand was banged up. You took a lot of shots. He's a physical quarterback. He's a runner. He can do it all. So I was checking on him. And I was like, yeah, that third down packages, I can see, they were bringing some different pressures, different fronts, different coverages. And he was like, yeah, you might want to stay in 10 personnel, 3-by detached, and roll from there, stay out of empty. But no, he's a great dude. He's someone I look up to. We learn from each other. We talk to each other. So that's been really cool.
What is that fraternity like? I mean, us fans are just like, wow, you guys are friends. You talk. The Manning Academy has so many of the great quarterbacks. But are there many relationships like that? I mean, there's only so much time. You're a college football player and a student. But what are those relationships like?
Yeah, I mean, I really think it starts with the Manning Academy. There's really no other situation that so many other quarterbacks are in the same area and staying together for 3-4 days, and I think that's kind of where it stems from. We get each other's numbers, we stay in contact throughout the season. Unless we're playing each other that week, we'll joke around, talk about different games, talk about what we're doing, how our team's doing, and I think it's cool. There's not a lot of college quarterbacks in our position that start and play at this level, so to have contact with the ones that are, to be able to bounce things off of them and talk with them and joke with them, it's definitely fun. It's cool.
Something tells me Monday night you were glued to the game, between Florida State and BC. You see BC next week, coached by Bill O'Brien. Everyone knows his connection to Belichick with Brady and everything else that he's done. Were you taking notes on that one?
Yeah, we were. I think a lot of us here were watching that game. Obviously, our Buffalo game plan was already in, so we got to stay, laser focused, 1-0. But we were definitely watching. I think that team looks really good. That defense looked really good. Their run game was dominant. Their quarterback is obviously unbelievably athletic. He can run, he can scramble, he can turn a corner. So that team's going to be good. It's going to be a challenge week 3.
Let me at least broaden it, because I know no leader like you is going to look ahead too far. But in terms of what you have around you, it's a little bit different. You still have Luther. You're missing one of the big stars in college football from last year. Tell us about your team.
Yeah, like you said, I think there's a lot of similar pieces still here. We lost some leaders, Cody Schrader, Darius Robinson. But we also picked some up. We picked up Marcus Bryant, left tackle at SMU. We picked up left guard Caden Green from Oklahoma. We have all of our receivers back. I have that same group with me. We've got 2 really talented backs right now, Marcus Carroll, Nate Noel, 2 transfers. And, death row defense, it's still death row defense here at Mizzou. They're still shutting people out. They're still bringing the pressure, bringing the heat, covering guys. So, we have a great team. I think, Coach Drink mentioned this weekend. He said, we have 40 new players. We can't assume that everyone understands our culture. Everyone understands how we do things, talking to the captains this weekend. And, that really stuck with me. So I think, as this season unfolds, I need to continue showing the rest of the team, these 40 new guys, how we do things here, how we handle the season, and how we roll. So.
Couple more moments with Brady Cook, who literally just came off the practice field. Brady, we always the adults in the room are always fascinated by where you guys are right now with NIL. And I saw something the other day that's pretty fascinating, and I think we talked about this once. Your family is in the barbecue business back home, so you ended up getting a sponsorship deal with Sugar Fire Barbecue in St. Louis, where your dad and uncle are some of the franchise owners. I would love to have been inside of the negotiating of this deal.
No doubt. And, I think we've been wanting to do something for a while, to where we shoot a bunch of content and they get a bunch of stuff from me that they can use throughout a season. We were finally able to make it happen. We paired that with a charity event for an hour right before fall camp started. So we made it fun. We shot a bunch of content. We had fans come up, donate to a charity called Andrew's Hugs, which is based in, St. Charles, St. Louis area. And it's cool. It's going to be fun. You're going to see a lot of Sugar Fire photos, a lot of different videos. But, Sugar Fire, if you're in St. Louis, go eat their best barbecue in the state.
So remaining couple of seconds on the barbecue front, since you're a spokesman now, what's the go-to? What should we get? Because we're going to be near St. Louis eventually.
Yeah, I mean, if you like barbecue, obviously you can get something like ribs, pulled pork, all the different sides. But for me, and the surprising thing I always tell people is the burgers are the best thing on the menu. Obviously, you're not always thinking that when you go barbecue, but the burgers are the best thing on the menu. Can't go wrong. Go get it.
You see it all in this business. You do it all. And here we are with one of the great quarterbacks in the country talking barbecue and in particular burgers. The college football weekend is around the corner. Brady, all the best. I hope you'll come back. It's always fun to catch up.
All right, thank you. I'll see you again soon.
I hope so. Brady Cook telling us about the Missouri Tigers, but most important, when you're at Sugar Fire, get those burgers. How can you go wrong? Anyway, it's been a busy show. We've had so many great guests, from Justin Moore to Griff, Delatorre from Florida, but Brady Cook topped them all, the University of Missouri star quarterback. We'll take a short break.